to gay rights, to the right of habeas corpus for detainees in Guantanamo Bay. 10 years ago, in an interview with Bill Moyers, he explained his judicial philosophy. Our system, he said, presumes that there are certain principles that are more important than the temper of the times. And you must have a judge who is detached, who is independent, who is fair, who is committed only to those principles and not public pressures of another sort. In a 2005 article in The New Yorker, Jeffrey Toobin noted that references to foreign law were not new to the Supreme Court. They date back to this country's earliest days. But for Justice Kennedy, who travels the world, teaches summer sessions in Salzburg, participates in international judges' conferences, and has been involved in helping China develop its law schools, knowledge of foreign law is a recognition of how interconnected we are. As he said in his interview to Toobin, why should the world care that the American administration wants to bring freedom to oppressed peoples? Is that not because there is some underlying common mutual interest, some underlying common shared idea, some underlying common shared aspiration, some underlying common concept of what human dignity means? We have had the distinct pleasure of welcoming Justice Kennedy back to the farm on a number of occasions. But what I remember most from the times I've heard him speak is his passion, admiration, and respect for the U.S. Constitution. In one interview, he said, "We are so fortunate. The self-image of an American relates to his or her Constitution. No other country in the world has that." We are especially honored that 51 years after his own graduation, he has agreed to return and share some of his wisdom with our next generation of leaders. Please join me in warmly welcoming one of Stanford's own, Justice Anthony Kennedy.
Thank you very much, President Hennessy, my fellow citizens of the world must seek to come ever closer to the idea and the reality of the rule of law, and especially graduates in the graduating classes of 2009. Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to participate in your commencement. I suppose there are a number of witnesses now, President Hennessy, that I've become a willing and knowing accomplice in the wacky walk. Each of you has your own story, a unique story of your years at Stanford. And that story is, of course, bound up with your parents, your families, and your loved ones who have sustained you here. You have already thanked them, and we on the platform and the entire nation thank them again for sending you here to one of the world's great universities. Thank you very much.